Good morning. Welcome to day 6 of our 21 days of prayer and fasting. We have a couple scriptures that we're going to look at this morning. The first one is in Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable service or reasonable worship. And verse 2 says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Then in Mark chapter 1, verse 35, it says, now in the morning, having risen a long while before daylight, he went out and departed to a solitary place, and there he prayed. So we put these two scriptures together this morning basically for this reason. Romans 1 talks about being a living sacrifice. And there isn't anyone on the planet as they've grown into adulthood that hasn't asked the question, or at least hasn't had the thought, why am I here? What am I doing here? What's my purpose? And the reason we have that question is because there is a God who has a purpose for us. And he wants us to know what that purpose is. But here's the thing. If we're going to live for God, there is an element of sacrifice to it. There's an element that is not going to allow us to live like everyone else lives. That's where it comes. That's where living sacrifice comes in. And fasting is a practical way to experience and begin to put into regular activity or our daily life the habit of sacrificing. Because as we sacrifice something that we love to do without, to hear God, then what happens is we learn that this is the Christian way to live. This is our walk. And as we do, we're not going to be able to get away with something that Jesus had to do, or without doing something that Jesus had to do, and that is he went out and he prayed. So we're going to have to pray too. But when we do, and when we listen to God, God reveals his purpose for our life. And he wants to show us how to be fulfilled in that purpose so that we can walk in his will and enjoy what it means to know that I'm pleasing God in every aspect of my life, and I'm able to be a blessing to others. Because basically, once we become born again, that's our basic mission, is to be a blessing to other people, bring them into a relationship with God. So just remember, if you're hungry, it's part of the sacrifice. If you have to give up something, it's part of the sacrifice. But God will help you, and you can make it. So you be blessed and you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.